Hey there, and welcome back. Today, we're going to talk about a really powerful way to understand, well, yourself. Think of it like this. We're going to pop the hood on our own minds and learn how to be a mechanic for our thoughts and feelings.
So let me ask you something. Your computer freezes up, it's slow, it's buggy, it's just not working. What do?
Right? You don't just stare at the screen and go, it's broken. No way. A good tech, what do? They open it up, they check the parts, the CPU, the memory, the hard drive, to figure out what's really going on. Because you can't fix something until you know which part is causing the problem.
Okay, so here's the big idea. What if you could do the exact same thing, not with a computer, but with the most complicated, amazing machine on the planet, your own mind?
Now, this whole idea of taking things apart to understand them, it's not some new age concept. Actually, it's how modern psychology got its start. It was the very first teardown of the mind. And believe it or not, it all kicked off with a bouncing ball and a stopwatch.
Yeah, I know. It sounds kind of weird. Back in 1879, this German psychologist, Wilhelm Wundt, had people literally just listen to a ball hitting a platform, and he timed how fast they reacted. But here's the thing. That simple, almost silly-sounding experiment, it was totally revolutionary. It was the first real attempt to scientifically measure the tiny building blocks of our consciousness.
And that idea, that was the beginning of psychology's first major school of thought, something called structuralism. The goal was pretty simple, really. Forget asking why the mind works for a second. Let's first figure out what it's made of. Let's identify the basic parts, the sensations, the feelings, the images that make up the structure of everything we experience.
So, okay, how can we actually use this? It all starts with a simple shift in how you look at things. You've got to learn to see your inner world through the eyes of a technician.
Just listen to the difference here. On one side, you've got this vague, helpless feeling, my brain is just broken. I mean, where do you even go from there? It's a total dead end. But on the other side, you start asking questions like a technician. Okay, which part isn't working right? Is it the CPU, the memory? See? You've just turned this overwhelming mess into a set of smaller, specific problems you might actually be able to solve.
And this isn't just some abstract theory, It's a super practical toolkit. Let's dig into how you can start using this in your own life, like today.
You know the feeling, right? You're supposed to be working, but you find yourself just mindlessly scrolling through your phone. And what's the first thought that pops into your head? Ugh, I'm such a failure. I have no self-control. It's this attack on your character. But the structuralist way flips the script. It's not, I'm a failure. It's more like, my attention control system got hijacked. And that's a game changer. That's not a moral failing. It's a system glitch. And a glitch is something you can actually fix.
It's all about swapping these useless, dead-end labels for useful diagnostics. Calling yourself lazy is just a judgment. It doesn't help you do anything. But saying, my time management skill needs an upgrade, well, that's an action plan. You've just identified the specific part that needs a tune-up. One's a wall, the other is a roadmap.
This way of thinking makes our decisions way sharper, too. Take hiring someone for a job. Instead of just going with a gut feeling like, I just like applicant 2 more, breaking it down shows you the real structure of your decision. You see that applicant 1 is an amazing specialist, but applicant 2 is more of a solid, balanced all-arounder. All of a sudden, the right choice isn't some vague feeling anymore. It's about which set of skills, which components actually fit the job. It turns your gut feeling into clear, hard data.
Okay, but here's the warning label. Like any powerful tool, you can misuse this one. And the biggest danger? Getting so good at taking yourself apart that you totally forget how to put yourself back together. This is what we call the analysis trap.
And yeah, it can absolutely become an excuse. I mean, can you imagine someone cutting you in line and then turning around and saying, hey, sorry, my personal quality component is running a little low today. It sounds ridiculous, right? But that's what happens when you use analysis to dodge responsibility. You start treating your own actions like they're just faulty car parts instead of choices you need to own.
And that leads right into this nasty loop called analysis paralysis. It goes something like this. Step 1, I have a problem. Step 2, okay, why do I have this problem? So you analyze the cause. But then, well, why does that cause exist? And you analyze the deeper cause, and on it goes. You get so wrapped up in creating this perfect, detailed diagnosis of why you're stuck that you never actually do anything to get unstuck. Understanding the problem becomes a substitute for solving.
Which brings us to the most important part of all of this, putting it all back together. You have to remember, this whole mechanics guide, it's just for diagnosis. It's a tool. It is not the blueprint for who you are.
And honestly, this is the most empowering part of the whole idea. Your thoughts, your habits, your emotional reactions, they aren't you. They're just components. Think of them like accessories. And if an accessory doesn't work for you anymore, guess what? You can choose to upgrade it. You are not your parts. You are the one who gets to decide which ones you keep. So, after all the teardowns and all the analysis, never forget the most important truth. You aren't a machine. You're not just a collection of parts. You are you, a complete, whole, unique person. This mechanics guide is just a tool to help you run a little bit smoother. So, let me leave you with this question. What's the first part of your own thinking you're going to take a closer look at?